Hmm. Good morning. How are you this morning? So, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We had some wild storms go through our area this past weekend, and it was, you know, weather. All the weather stuff that went on with the weekend. So, hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. And we are going to start our day off with some coffee. And then I'm heading off to a massage. Now, I don't think in the history of me ever having massages, I've ever had a massage that was relaxing. Anybody else do this? I go in for my massage because I have a couple body bloopers. And I go in for my massage and they're like, what kind of pressure are we looking for today? And I go, hurt me. So it always is a therapeutic massage. So today I'm going to have to go in and tell them I need a fluffy massage. Um, Good morning, Sean G. Because I did something stupid. The last time I went and got a massage, I felt like a sissy because she's like, I said, I don't go to the gym. I need to go to the gym, but I'm not going to the gym because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt my neck. And it doesn't take much. I can give myself whiplash by laughing. So it doesn't take much. And she's like, really? Is that from the doctor? And I'm like, so I felt like, maybe I should go to the gym. So I got a gym membership because I do actually like going to the gym. I like doing Qigong, things like that. And I hurt myself. I hurt myself on the first flipping day. I hurt myself at the gym. And I have been in hurt. I did a rotary cuff injury. Uh-huh. No, I didn't realize those hurt so bad, but they do. So I have a little bit of a limited range of movement, and she's going to have to do a fluffy massage today because, yep, that wasn't the smartest thing I had done in a while. But here's the thing: I didn't hurt for 2 days until 2 days later, and it was a kind of pain like, oh my god, I can't even barely move. And I went, but I was at the gym 3 days ago. I don't understand what the problem is here. And it didn't happen until 3 days later. Anybody else have that? I'm not familiar. I'm much healthier than this usually. Yep, and I have cards up there that I want to grab. So if everybody could share out, that'd be fabulous. There we go. It's this arm that's hurting. So I even bought myself a brace. I felt like a sissy for buying myself a brace. I think it's the way I was raised. Good morning, Billy Ann. How are you this morning? To be like, if you're hurt, just work through it. Yeah. So I do have a brace. I can lift my coffee cup. That's about it. I can't get out of a chair by myself, but whatever. Who needs to do that? Okay. Good morning, Susan Bogart. How are you today? So tonight's class is Unlimited Beliefs with Mastering the Matrix with Laura Berwick. So she will be on tonight at 8 p.m. I don't know what she's talking about yet. Oh, wait a minute. She did tell me at one point what she was talking about. Maybe. And then I forgot. No, she told me last month and then had to cancel because she wasn't feeling well. So I'm kind of excited about tonight's class. And then at the same time, which is not on the calendar, but at the same time, I'm going to be on a podcast with somebody else and then we'll be recording that. So I definitely won't be in class tonight, but that is tonight at 8 o'clock. I hope, did everybody that's a member watch the guided meditation that I put up for sorting out your soul's tapestry? If I do say so myself, because I really am just Nancy Bright. How are you? I'm just a bystander when I do these meditations. I've really enjoyed the meditation. I really enjoyed it because I'm usually just kind of speaking through whatever I have going through my brain, which is channeling. I work with Archangel Metatron doing these, and it wasn't, and I do it during shamanic sessions as well, but it was interesting. Okay, moving on. How are you, Nancy? How are you guys doing over there? I obviously can't keep straight this morning. So maybe big cards are not a great way to go. Let's go here. Go for the big cards back. I don't have those kind of skills this morning. Let's go here. Because I pulled down 20 decks of cards. All right, so fabulous. Thank you. As we go across through our morning, let's pull a card. Let's pull a card, see what we're going to talk about this morning. Obviously, this isn't a deck of cards I use very often because I want it to stick together. So this is I don't like that either. It'd be nice if it was just perfect first time out. Be like, I've got this. No, that's not how I work. I go, whatever. Let's see. I've been watching. Good morning, Henry. Henry said, "Good morning, Grandma." I've been watching Supernatural now. I'm a little behind times. I don't watch a lot of television, so there is like 19,000 seasons of Supernatural. But I've been watching Supernatural, and I just got to Metatron, and I'm like, "Whoa! I don't like the way you guys are talking about Metatron here. I am not a fan of that." So I'm going to have to call somebody. I think everybody cares. Somebody's messaging me. Okay. Good morning, Diana. Good morning. Hi, Paula. How are you? Okay. And Kita, good morning. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Kelsey. All right, so let's do these cards. Let's try this one. See if I'm more satisfied with these. Find a talking point for the morning. Not that there's not a lot of talking points out and available, but we're not going to do them. We lost a lot of stars this weekend. You guys notice that there's 5 different stars that passed away. Who is sad about Richard Simmons? So sad about Shannon Doherty. No, I wasn't a 90210 fan. It was a little bit after I was raising kids at that time, but which sounds old. But I mean, she was a good actress, I guess. I didn't really pay attention or follow her. But Richard Simmons was like this little spark of light, and everywhere he went, it was like, and that's just a shame. And I understand why he went out of the public eye. That has to be crushing, especially for an empath. That man had to be an empath. That man had to be like an empath. And I understand why he stepped out of life. Spotlight, right? Shelley Duvall. Yeah, Shelley Duvall was the other one. And I saw something where she used to do they did like 5 seasons of a fairy hour with her. Did you guys see that? I want to find it on YouTube. Yeah, it's a shame. Lost a lot of people this weekend. Okay. They said there's 5. I only know of the 3, and maybe I know of some others, but I'm not really versed in it. Ooh, this is a good card. Talks about solitude. Ooh. Anybody else on here need quiet? Like, need peace and quiet. Dr. Ruth, you're right. Thank you, Susan. Dr. Ruth. I actually reposted a video of Dr. Ruth interviewing Richard Simmons. He was so flexible. He's sitting in the chair all cross-legged. I'm like, what in the world? Diana needs solitude as well. I'm big on solitude, you guys. I hermitize. If I get overstimulated too much, I have to take that time, and I have to step away from the things that are, yes, right? Good morning, Meredith Reed. Good morning. Solitude's a big deal. Did we tell you that we're having a barbecue on the 20th, Meredith? I need to tell Jansen that too. And Ashley. But solitude's a big deal. Many of us out here on our spiritual journey find that we get called, because you hear this all the time. I guess I could use my hand to do that. It just doesn't feel right. I'm here to find my life's purpose. So let's do this. I did tell you both. Okay. Who feel like we're here to figure out what our life's purpose is? This is kind of a trick question. Good morning, Lisa Phillips. Who thinks we're here to figure out what our life lesson is? Right? I hear this question a lot. I have a bad cold. This sucks. Millie has been super sick, and guess what? Now I'm watching both him and Alex. Oh, I'm so sorry. Feel better quick. Feel better. Sending you lots of love. Good morning, Teresa Gibbs. How are you this morning? I hope you fared well through the hurricane. How are you doing down there? Are you okay? You have your power back on? But as we are moving forward and look at me, I'm on track. As we're moving forward in our human existence, in our meat suit life, right? We're trying to figure out why we're here. I mean, that has got to be the biggest pain in the butt on the other side. Like, why am I here? When they get over to the other side, right? It's so funny because my guides actually just gave me a message. They're like, to be. We are here to be, to exist, to create connection. I think that on the other side, I get this feeling from what they're giving me right now that there is emotions are dulled down. Emotions are not what we have here. We're extreme. We are like the extreme in the universe where we just take everything to the extreme. We take it to the edge. We push, work the whole time. And yes, you have electricity. I thought you were tired. School of life. Now, are some of us healers? Do we have roles that we play? Absolutely. Some of us are healers. Some of us are sages. Some of us are leaders. Some of us are followers. We all have these things that we accept into our lives, right? From the other side. We can accept to be challenging. Anybody have the family member that they just know that their whole life task is to be challenging? I do. Right? I have a couple. Think about it. But does that diminish their helpfulness in this life? It absolutely does not. Because from the other side, that challenge, what does that look like? Could you imagine watching like the Colosseum, watching down from on high, the Colosseum and the human, challenging the word, watching the human existence go on as a bystander, just a total disconnected bystander watching everything going on, going, wow, they're challenging each other. Some energies are just here to be lesson givers, and then some energies are here to be help givers. They are here to be of assistance and have no agenda. Those are earth angels, by the way. My brother was my antagonist. He died 11/11/11. Oh my goodness. You think he completed his lessons? You know, and what I find to be interesting is, oh well, we're not going to go there. Okay, that's not about Brother Lisa. But you know, so how do we take away? How do we step away? How do we find peace within ourselves when we have so much external stuff going on? So much external stuff going on. Meditation, sitting out in the yard and not doing jack. Find a burn barrel or a burn pit to go sit by a fire. Garden. Do the things that you can do by yourself sometimes to find that peace. Sometimes we just need a reset, don't we? We need to be able to step back and say, I got this all by myself. I just need a minute. You can tell when I've hit my level. When I've hit my level, I message less. If I am overstimulated, I retreat. And that's my personal choice. I retreat because I know it's better for me. And people get upset with me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't respond." What? Maybe my response time was slower, or it took me a couple days to reply to somebody, and I've had people get really shitty with me about this. But that is my way of saying, if I have to reply to one more person today, I might melt down. And my quiet is so much better than my melting. So I step back, and I know that. So that's what's also important, is knowing when you need to have some solitude. Lisa says, I enjoy my solitude more than ever. I no longer feel the need to be in a crowd. I think that we have both of these things, right? We've those extrovert moments where we're like, I can handle this. But have you ever been that extrovert in a crowd, or the introvert in a crowd of extroverts? It's exhausting. do that a lot, minus the kids, right? Billy Ann says, I sat out by my tree in the yard and let go of a lot. It was like scooping sludge out of a well. Yeah. Good morning, Lizzie. I have started meditating again, which just outs me. That tells people I haven't been meditating, which is fine. I slowed down on my meditating many years ago because I was overwhelmed. I had so many things coming across that I couldn't, how to put this? Sam worked away and I was home by myself with the kids, and I would get up in the middle of the night and there would be people standing in the hallway, people talking to me. I couldn't tamp it down the way I wanted to. So it just got to be quite lively in our household, in my perception of spirituality, that I slowed down my meditating. I see what I'm going to talk about right now. Lizzie says, I can't meditate. My mind comes crowded with thoughts. So crowded with thoughts. So Lizzie, this is, yeah, Buford's hanging out. This is actually, first of all, I would like to say this. Oh, girl, I feel you. Okay. When I first started my spiritual journey, this was my thing. I can't meditate. My mind is so busy. And so you're probably that very left brain. Hi, keep to self. You're probably very left brain, right? Always overthinking, running through things. Lively is a good description. Yeah. And here's the thing. We are meditating 7 to 10 times a day without even intention. There's no intention to it. So mommy brain, where we're like, and we escape, like the house could be burning down and the kids are screaming and we're over here. That's a nice place. And our thoughts, that's meditating. Driving is a form of meditation. You ever get from point A to point B and then all of a sudden you're like, how the hell did I get here? Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Amber. This is a form of meditation. Television, getting lost in Supernatural, is a form of hypnosis meditation, right? It's how they keep, not maybe meditation, but hypnosis. And there's a fine line there. So when you're talking about not being able to meditate, let me challenge you with shamanic journey. When I first started, I struggled because here's what happens. When you start to get into this and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't meditate, then what do we feel? We feel unsuccessful. And what does everybody tell you? Video games. Lisa Phillips is totally right. Video games is a form of hypnosis and not the best kind. Anyhow, when look at that, lost. What happens when we're not meditating? Like everybody, Kara Turner, hi. When everybody says you have to meditate to be successful doing psychic work, what happens? We feel unsuccessful. And when we feel unsuccessful, we step away from it because we're not doing it exactly the same way everybody else does. So then we rob ourselves of all the grounding, setting, protecting, all of the things that come within a session, right? We rob ourselves of that because we feel unsuccessful based on what other people are doing. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Lizzie says, I overblock things with music. I can't function. I'm an empathic person and I feel overwhelmed by people, but I love animals. Hey, Kara. So Lizzie, and I don't do this as a general rule, but I'm going to do this. The My Mystical Life membership teaches you how to take care of all these things. It's very, very difficult to be an empath without the skills, isn't it? And she's like, she probably does this all the time. No, I don't. I don't go, hey, you should join the membership. I don't do that because you know what? We're not everybody's cup of tea, but something tells me over here that you would be. You would like the people. But you also, for whatever reason, I have to say, you could use, what is going on out there? Cats. You could benefit from having others help lift you up. You need that boost of confidence. What in the hell are you cats doing? When grounding, I end up in a meditative state. Yeah, that's absolutely. Good morning, Jasmine. So, and that's not a push. It really isn't a push. You can go watch all of our videos, whatever. And I actually have a couple shamanic journeys on the YouTube channel. But shamanic journey does something different. Who on here journeys? It's still meditation. It's a different wavelength of meditation. That's it. But shamanic journey works for me. I felt very unsuccessful when I started doing this. I didn't start this till I was 38. And when I wasn't doing it exactly the same way everybody told me I should be doing it, I stepped away a little bit because I was like, give the kitties some love for you. Kitties are out there killing each other or something. I'm not sure. But I stepped away because I didn't feel successful. I was like, oh, I'm not doing it right. And then when I came back, I tried it even harder because I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm very determined. And I gave myself migraines because I wasn't meditating correctly. Stupid. And then I discovered shamanism and shamanic journey. Shamanic journey put the puzzle pieces together for me when it comes to meditation. Not all meditation is the same. It's just not. Some meditations give you something to do, and some meditations take away everything you want to have in your brain. My brain is very left brain. If you asked me to empty it out to meditate, I would cry. There's no way. I'm not going to do it. That's why we take a little bit from each of the teachers, right? That we have throughout life. And we say, this is what works for me. And you fashion your own practice. That's important. That's how you really find your spirituality. Not by following. Now, gurus are great, right? No, you don't have to follow them to the letter. You can gather teachings. But make your own plan. Make your own system. And all of a sudden, things explode. And you take off, and your spirituality becomes yours. Jansen says, meditation has always been difficult, always fell asleep during, but grounding prior to is what helps you. And this is also a good thing too, because when you fall asleep during meditation, that's very beneficial. And people think it's wrong, right? They're like, oh, when I meditate, I just fall asleep. Okay, how that hurt. But that's okay. Yeah, Lisa Phillips says life is a buffet, sample from every dish. So, shamanic journey done to drumming. So, specific drumming patterns or specific drum beats alter your brainwaves and help drop you into the shamanic theta brainwave. When you drop into the theta brainwave, that brainwave is the brainwave that you are doing right before you fall asleep, right before you wake up. You know, this is that meditation hypnosis brainwave. And then before you do that, you give yourself a journey. You say, in this journey, hi, Teresa. In this journey, I am going to, and I varied lately in where I'm starting my meditations. My guides are tired of me being a pain in the ass and not meditating enough. So they're like, we're going to just jump this. I actually jump off a cliff. I bring myself into my space and I say, let's journey. And then I'm standing on the edge of a cliff and I jump off, which is okay, which is fine for me because I know exactly where I'm going. But you don't have to do the same thing every time. You can create a movie, write a script for yourself before you even go into meditation and say, this is what I'm going to do when I get there. I'm going to walk through a green field and I'm going to see a fire on the other side and I'm going to walk to that. And along the way are all the wildflowers and the purples and yellows and reds and blues. And then when I get up to that fire, I'm going to feel the warmth of that fire and feel my guides around me. Set it up. Set yourself up for success. Know what you're going to do so you can walk through that. Feel the grass under your feet. Incorporating sensation within your meditation is important. It gets you down deeper, right? So once you do that, this is not where I intended this morning to go, but that's okay. Everything happens for a reason. So once you can do that, once you do that, you're going to find that this starts to not unravel, but not always go the way you want it to go. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. It's so simple. It's so simple. And a lot of times when you set up how you're going to journey and you get in there, then it doesn't work that way, right? Good morning, Felipa. And that's perfect, because that is you giving your own self permission to step into your imagination. You guys know that your intuition is 99.9% imagination. That goes with your meditations as well. Do not judge yourself harshly. You have to have an image in your head to fish from. So when someone says, but was it your imagination? You go, yeah. Hell yeah. I'm good at that. Try closing your eyes and visualizing anything. You have to have your imagination. Same goes for meditation. Same goes for psychic work. Absolutely. So give yourself a break and enjoy your meditation. When I teach a meditation class, we laugh a lot because I put things in there in a guided meditation. When I walk people through, I will come out there, I swear to God. Cats. I put things inside of a meditation that people are going to very, very easily identify, like a 20-foot tall rubber ducky. And people come out of their meditation, they're laughing. And yeah. Because now you've attached an emotion to your meditation and you've laughed and you feel successful. Oh my God. Much easier to get into your meditation second time around. Ow. So all these things are right there. And I probably lost Lizzie a long time ago. It's like that scream from Harry Potter. It's like that scream from Harry Potter. Which one? But I would love everybody to feel successful first time out on your meditation. I would love everybody to feel successful on your spiritual journey. Who's been in a meditation with me where you saw the 6 foot, where you saw the big rubber ducky? Anybody? I haven't done it in a while, so I'm not sure anybody on here has done that. So here's another thing I was doing last night. And this is, you don't have to go through this long drawn out thing. You guys know that, right? To do meditation. It can be a 2-minute meditation. I didn't plan on talking about meditation this morning, but obviously we need to, right? Where they're learning to conjure light to banish. Oh, yeah. Expectus Patronus. Maybe that's a dork. Expectus Patronus. No? Okay. Just me? That one. But I would love for everybody to feel successful. I was laying in bed last night. I was laying in bed last night, and it's been a little bit uncomfortable to lay down and try to go to sleep. And so I was laying there, and I was wrapped up my shoulder in love and light and healing. And I was laying there, and I swear I felt one of my guides came in and just put his hand right on my shoulder. And I was like, thank you very much. But these things happen when we're doing meditation, right? So I just kind of laid there, and I knew exactly where I needed to lay. What are you doing out there? This cat came in the house and is on crack or something. But I knew exactly when I stepped into, because this is interesting as well. When you're meditating, you can have different places set up that you start from. So this was my healing place. This is right outside my Akashic halls on a grassy knoll, right outside of this gazebo that I sit and talk to the goddess Athena. So when I'm on this grassy knoll, I'm usually sitting there with the goddess Artemis. Now, this sounds weird, right? Especially if you are new. Lizzie, rewatch this, girl. Rewatch this, okay? Because most of this whole conversation is for you. Like, make sure you rewatch this. It's about meditation and feeling successful about it and bringing in that feeling of joy with meditation, because it's really supposed to be a good thing, right? Yeah. So what is it when one starts blurting stuff out but hasn't actually had the thoughts to coincide with what is said? That's channeling, Philippa. Good morning, Renee. That is channeling. And that is when you're talking and you just feel the need to talk and your brain disengages and you just talk. That's channeling. Absolutely. Yeah, Lizzie, this whole conversation's been about meditation and how to feel successful doing it. And that ties into then your spiritual journey and how to take care of yourself empathically. As an empath, from one empath to another. Trust me. I'm going to the doctor today for my prep for my procedure on Friday. Kind of nervous for Friday because there's no anesthesia. Please send good vibes this week. Oh, my Amber, you have all my good vibes, girl. And you don't remember a thing you said, right, Meredith? You don't remember a thing you said after you've said it when you're doing channeling. This, and what I find to be really interesting is like trance mediumship. When you're doing trance mediumship, which is a variation of channeling. So channeling, it just comes through. Trance mediumship, you actually step back in your brain and open a door for an energy to come through and speak as you, right? So you're like, Lisa's in the back right now. She'll be back shortly. And you have the inflection. I don't think that there's, matter of fact, I don't think I've done this since Bill passed away. Would that be accurate? Heather Johns, would that be accurate? I don't think I've done this since Bill passed away. It's a big deal to be able to step to the very back and allow an energy to come through. And I brought across a gentleman named Oz. We call him a gentleman. He was a collective. You don't have to be in trance to not remember words you said. Me too. But it takes a bit of, I don't want to say control. It takes a bit of the willingness to release control to do trance mediumship, where you can sit back and just say. Now, what's interesting about that is I remember more about trance mediumship coming across than I do channeling. Like, I will remember more of the conversation because I know I've been bad. It has not been in my wheelhouse, but it's coming into my wheelhouse again. I feel it. My heart was broken. We worked with trance mediumship a little in our class at the shop last year. Yeah. Jansen, did we? Was it channeling or was it? Because trance mediumship is more advanced. If I remember right, you tried, but it felt icky. That's possible. Yeah. Yeah. And then we dealt with Celine. Now, Celine was a different feeling than Oz. Oz was like, let me explain how this went. When channeling Oz, that's a good way to put it. It felt whole. Like, it felt like you fill the cup to the very, very top. And that includes cynicism. You could feel the laughter. You could, not laughter, amusement. There's a difference with Oz. There's amusement when talking about people, because people are fun to watch. Oz is so dry. And then Celine, when Celine came across, Celine was very disconnected, aloof, and could give two shits what humanity did. Totally different energies to allow to come through. Celine was a surprise because I didn't feel like Oz was coming across that evening, but I didn't know who was coming across. And Celine is also, by the way, you guys, a titan of Greece. Janny Jane, good morning. So that was totally interesting. And then when everybody figured out, because Tanya Lee was on, we amuse Oz. We amuse him. He loves the questions because he finds them to be amusing. He finds it being. I do feel pulled to do some more trance mediumship, and maybe we'll make an event. How about we make an event of it with trance mediums? Oz also seemed to bring others with him. Did he? One of them liked that head thing on the dresser behind you at Mr. Bill's house. I liked that planner. I should have brought it. Lizzie says, I have a question though. I see dreams and they come true. Precog. I say things. I don't know where I got this information. Clairsentient. Clairsentient. But I'm very protected. I'm aware of that. So my question is, what am I? So clairsentient is that instant knowing. Okay. I'm sorry. Cognizant is the instant knowing. I was taught backwards when I was a very beginning intuitive. So I always get mixed up. My brain doesn't want to classify. But that's common. That's empath. They go hand in hand. You're probably much more than that. You just don't understand it yet. And that's okay. Get a handle on the empath first, because that's the hardest Claire to handle. Hardest Claire to handle, because we don't know when to draw the line. Why ask, you already know. My favorite is, why ask, you already know. Your favorite Oz quote? I wish we could see all the feeds. Oh, I know. I don't know if there's a way that I can show. I don't think there's a way I can show this. Now, if I was using like OBS, everybody could see all the feeds. Because this thing shoots, you guys. Anybody that's ever moderated for me on a thing, it shoots. Let's see. Renee says, I had to ask one of them to step back a few times, telling them this was your thing and not my thing. They get pushy. They do get pushy. Because they see a channel going through that they can go through to talk, and they do want to come across. I'll say that in beginning of August, we'll do trance mediumship. In the beginning of August, we'll do a trance mediumship session, and we'll broadcast it. It'll be fun. I think what we'll do is we'll broadcast it, and we'll have our Crystal Platinum members that want to be on live to ask questions available. Because normally it is, Janny Jane says, I just started my spiritual journey. I'm trying to understand these gifts, and I've been learning, but I'm still lost. Janny Jane, I have to tell you, I started that way, and a lot of people, we all start that way. It's part of the process, right? Yeah, we'll do a transmute. Look at me. I got a little butt squinchy because I haven't done it in a couple of years now, just because it's not that it's not there. I just haven't. Because I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on. Honest to God, the value that is in the membership, I can't not say that it was specifically made just for what Janny Jane just said. Not knowing where to start, all those things, knowing that you're gifted. Not everybody is a psychic. Everybody's a psychic. To join the membership is $22.22 a month, and it is the best $22.22 you'll spend, hands down. And I don't say that because I'm sitting right here. Heather John says, you don't have to be lost, find community. Here we are at mymysticallife.com. And these are people that are on YouTube. This is Janny Jane. Janny Jane's on YouTube. So she can't see the Facebook comments that are going out there. But there's over 300 recorded classes. 300 recorded classes. Up to 15 live classes a month that you can attend and interact. Guided meditations, healing sessions. I have to put a healing session up for this month. And there's all sorts of things that go on within the community. But I love the community. I think the community content is fucking amazing. I do. But it's the people. It's the people that help lift other people up. That's important. That's the important part. You can learn and read books all day long, but unless you have someone to commiserate with and go, oh my God, do you know what just happened? My favorite line when I started doing this was, I know this sounds crazy, but I said it for years. Years. You never hear me say it anymore. Amber Allen says, when you talk to Robin Williams, Prince, or other celebrities, is that transmediumship or channeling? Now, this is something, and it's really not a plug, Janie Jane. Honestly, the value, we've been doing this, we just had our 5-year anniversary. There's 5 years worth of classes in there. But the people are amazing. When I'm doing Robin Williams, Prince, or other celebrities, has been channeling. That's been channeling. And boy, let me tell you what, there's the Elvis channeling out on YouTube. Did it years ago. I stand by the channel. People give me shit about it. And I'm like, man, I've never listened to it. I never watched myself again. I never watched my classes ever. I never watched my classes. I never watched my recordings. Never listened to my this might trip some people up. I record my meditations for the group one time. That's it. I never record it twice. I record it the first time out. Errors and everything. That's it. I just don't redo it because I feel like my guidance. I know that when I'm doing a meditation and I'm with Archangel Metatron doing those, it's legit. That's it. So if there's mistakes in meditations, I'm sorry. And channeling is different from mediumship. Absolutely right, Renee Hess. Thank you. Channeling is much different than mediumship. It's psychic work is, see you tonight, Jansen? I won't see you tonight. I'm doing a podcast tonight. I'm on a podcast with somebody else. But guys have class and a good time in class tonight. It's with Laura. Good morning, my husband. Channeling is just a flow of consciousness. Psychic work is different than mediumship as well. It's about where you get the information from. So they're different classifications of communication. Katrina says, I found my mind mystical life family as well. Yeah, there's a lot. There's so many incredible people. It's about the people. You can teach a class all day long, but if you don't have someone to go, did you hear what the hell I said? And bounce ideas off and form your own ideas on what your spirituality is, then you're just reading a book. Absolutely. Mr. Fry, I meant to message you this morning and ask you, did you put any hay in the truck? Just wondering. So we took the donkey over to my friend Shannon's house to be bred by her mini stud. And they're picking on her because she's fat. She has fat pockets. Like she is the reason they say badonkey donk. There's a big bubble butt in its fat pockets. She's overweight. It runs in the family. I asked if you put hay in the back of the truck, honey. Oh my God, a podcast with someone else. I mean, we're not the only ones in your life, Lisa. Oh my God. I know. And I didn't, you have a wonderful day, Lizzie. I didn't put it out on the schedule because I knew there was a class at the same time. I don't know if it's live. I don't know if it's recorded. So I didn't put it on the schedule, but it will be available. I'll have the link out there for you guys. Did you put hay in the truck? Did you really remember to put hay in the truck? People pay a lot of money for the donkey. Does not. Donkey needs to be in a dry lot. Absolutely needs to be in a dry lot. I took her off the trailer and my friend's like, oh, you didn't? Okay, it's all right. I already talked to Shannon about it because I don't think that I should be picking up bales of hay right now. I'll get it to her next week. And the donkey gets off the trailer. She's like, Lisa, like, I don't have a dry lot for her. She eats grass. I like this. In my development, this is Amber Allen. In my development, I have about 10 squirrels running in all different directions, and I have to figure out which one to chase. No shit, right? Lord, love a duck. I just go, good luck, everybody. I always thought the donkeys were a genetic fluke and sterile. No, those are mules. That's a mule. So a mule is a combination between a donkey and a horse. And 99.99% of the time, sterile. Yeah. Every once in a while you run across a not sterile one, but not very often. Just throw some money towards her feed bill. She's the cutest thing. She is the cutest thing. Katrina says, you all prayed and helped me through so many times these past 2 years. I'm so grateful and thankful for all the members in the group. I still believe that a lot of the prayers and support in my spiritual team. I don't know if I would be alive today. I'm blessed and honored to be part of this amazing and spiritual group journey with all of you. We are amazed to be a part of your life, Katrina. Okay. So I'm going to go get a massage now. And I hope everybody has a wonderful... Yeah. No, donkeys are wild. There's actually wild donkeys out west. We had a mule one time. He was an asshole. All right. So you guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. The emails or the messages have already gone out about tonight's class. Hope to see a bunch of people in class tonight. And yeah, I will put on the calendar transmediumship for the beginning of next month. And it will be an event, so it will be posted before then. We need to do that. Yes, donkeys are excellent guarders of the herd. All right, everybody, have a great day. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he would say, may the light be with you always. All right, guys, bye-bye.